What's up, guys? It's Gardy B with the Jenkins and Jonez show. As always, I'm here with my good internet buddies, Dragonfly Jones, a.k.a. Tyler.
What's up, guys?
Jethro Jenkins, a.k.a. John.
What's up, bubbas? And if you fuck with us, you want to see more of our content, please jump on YouTube and subscribe to our channel.
2000, 2008, 2022. When it comes to the economy, those are some scary years. .com crash, housing crash, and the roller coaster we're going through right now. One thing is certain, it's a dangerous time to not know your numbers. But over 31,000 businesses have the confidence and clarity they need because they rely on NetSuite by Oracle, the #1 cloud financial system. I run a small nonprofit here in Long Beach, and obviously being organized and having all of our data in place has been enormously helpful to us, which is what I love about NetSuite. NetSuite gives you visibility and control of your financials, inventory, HR planning, and budgeting so you can manage risk, get reliable forecasts, and improve margins. Everything you need all in one place. How do you prepare for uncertain times? The answer is NetSuite. NetSuite helps you identify rising costs, automate your business processes, and easily see where to save money. That's why 93% of customers say they improved their visibility and control when they upgraded to NetSuite. So what are you waiting for? Right now, NetSuite is offering a one-of-a-kind flexible financing program. Head to netsuite.com/JNJ right now. That's netsuite.com/JNJ, netsuite.com/JANDJ. All right, shall we do our House of Dragons recap for the finale?
The finale.
Le finale. All right. First of all,
They sent that nigga across the ocean on a fucking chihuahua. Bitch.
Bro.
Bitch, that bitch barely had wings, nigga. Fucking threw that nigga on a chicklet, said, see you.
On a hot wing.
Good luck. God damn. Nigga, I ain't know dragons were that small, nigga. That shit was crazy.
What they said, that Chrysler 300 looked like a Phantom until a Phantom pull up. Like that.
Right, bitch.
Listen, bro, as soon as I saw that big motherfucker at the goddamn castle, I'd have hop my ass back on that motherfucking dragon and dip. Be like, it's a lost cause, bro. We just got to charge these ones to the game, mama.
Right. This was on you. Crazy. That's I was shocked at I don't know. We'll talk about the ending, the ending with old boy later. But like, yeah, bro. Like, I'm shocked they sent that little motherfucker across there. I'm like, dude, and I didn't. It seems less safe for him to be on a dragon, like not with his with the knights and shit. You know, I'd almost rather him just ride with the knights. You sent him butt naked out there you sent a baby out there on a baby fucking dragon, bro. Like. That dragon couldn't shake shit, nigga.
Yeah, I mean, he's the one who suggested it. His whole thing was, they were going to send a raven. He was like, dragons are more impressive than ravens. Let me, relay the message.
But it was his older brother, right?
His older brother said it.
And I was like, bro, your dragon, I was like, bro, your dragon was out there looking like a raven compared to that other dragon. That was a motherfucking pigeon. like, god damn.
Bitch. That nigga, hey, homie pulled up in that big bitch. Like,
the big body.
Whole ass nigga, what you doing out here in the wild, nigga? Take your bitch asses. Nigga, you should have jumped his ass off the porch with that little shit, nigga. I saw that motherfucker in the shadow. Nigga, I was shivering. I got the shakes. I'm like, nigga, what the fuck is that? That shit look like a fucking jaw, nigga. That was a fucking 500-seater jet for one nigga, dog. Nigga, the fuck? Hell no, bro. Get that little ass nigga out the sky, nigga. He ain't built for this. Fuck you mean? God damn.
I knew Shar was like distraught from the moment Rhaenyra said to her kid when she touched the back of his hand, when she was holding his hand and she just stroked the back of his hand with her finger, it was like pure emotion was experienced. You're right, exactly. That show's so fucked up, bro. They're like the pure love between a mother and her child. Oh, he's dead.
Yeah, it's a wrap. But
Love,
yeah,
they
man.
use love as foreshadowing death. That's horrible.
Yeah, I'm sick
It's
though,
not
man.
worked out for
the little
anyone who
homie-
loved anyone.
Yeah. The little homie ain't had to go out like that, man. Aemond is a fucking dick for that shit. Like, but I think the whole point that was being made here is like, we saw Viserys say it like first episode, like the biggest illusion that we have is that we control dragons, right? Like, and I think that there's like some, commentary there because we can't forget that George R.R. Martin, he was an anti-Vietnam War hippie. Like, he's admitted that himself. You know what I mean? And these dragons are, by all measures, they're weapons of mass destruction, right? And I think that's a big illusion, is that if you possess weapons of mass destruction, you're in control. When the whole shit is, if you ever use a weapon of mass destruction, that doesn't end shit. It just leads to more violence, right? It's going to be retaliation attacks, like the whole mutually agreed destruction, the whole shit. So yeah, it's like, if you look at them through the lens of them being like, fucking weapons of mass destruction, there's a salient point there.
If I could get on my English lit shit briefly, like the whole thing with the fantasy genre, this fantasy epic wasn't created by, but our modern conception of it was basically created by Tolkien with Lord of the Rings, right? And that whole world. And Tolkien was writing at a time when, the Lord of the Rings is basically about World War II and about nuclear weapons and about what it takes to defeat great evil and all this other shit, right? But ultimately, because it was about World War II, it comes down in a positive thing. You know what I mean? That it's like, yeah, you have to do some crazy shit and kill a lot of people to defeat evil. And what's so exciting about Game of Thrones is, in many ways, it's one of the first, because there's so many knockoffs of Lord of the Rings in fantasy literature and movies and whatever else, right? Even superhero shit, and to a large extent, if you look at some of the bigger Marvel epics of the 60s and 70s and stuff, a lot of it is just Lord of the Rings but redone. You know what I mean? The Fellowship of the Ring is the fucking Avengers or the X-Men or whatever. And Game of Thrones, or Song of Fire, Ice, and whatever, is really, like you said, similar to Star Wars. Like, okay, we're gonna do something about our era. We're gonna do something about our politics. Which, if you know anything about people who grew up during the Vietnam era, they weren't looking at their parents, aka Tolkien, being like, these people have it figured out. They thought they were wrong about everything. And so, yeah, I think you're exactly right. And that's true about nukes, not just with the, like, when you fire them, you don't control what happens. It's like, you don't control what happens with the waste. We have nuclear waste is going to be around for thousands of years after human beings are gone, or after the people who made them are gone. And we don't really have control over that. Like that, that's the number one reason we're not all running off nuclear energy all the time, is like, you can't guarantee there won't be an earthquake that, cracks open an underground vault that's storing waste or whatever. You know what I mean? So yeah, I totally agree with you. And I think there's a lot of foreshadowing, it seems like, for what's coming up with that it's like, you don't control the dragons. And when you go to war with dragons, everything burns, as she said. Yes. You know what I mean? And that's what you saw in that scene, because neither of them wanted it to. It seems like the one-eyed dude just wanted to scare him, right? The little kid. But the little kid's dragon responded the way I guess a dragon would, and just fucking threw off a little fireball. And then the big one was like, all right. No.
It's wild. Like, that scene to me made I was afraid of him prior. I'm less afraid of him after that scene. You know what I mean? Like, he seemed like a real villain, where I thought that he could even go head to head with Daemon. I think Daemon would rip him to fucking shreds now. Tear him limb from fucking limb after seeing that scene. He looked like a bitch to me after that. You know what I mean? He didn't look like the scary villain I thought he was. You know what I mean? He looked like, bro, like he looked like a big kid.
He's a bully.
You know what I mean?
All he wanted
like
to do was bully back a kid that was part of bullying him.
That's what he looked like. He didn't look like the villain I actually thought he was. So yeah, I wonder how that's gonna turn out too, because I don't know if I think you were talking about they were building him up to be like some type of, you know what I'm saying, like frightening villain. You know what I'm saying? But he doesn't. That scene took a lot of that away.